Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is JGOD. In today's video we're going to focus on how to make Scump's 70 plus TDM challenge as easy as possible to complete. And for anyone watching the video that is unfamiliar with the 70 plus TDM challenge that Scump throws down every single year, and started back during the days of Black Ops 3. And in Black Ops 3, the score limit for TDM was 100. So for you to complete that challenge, you would have needed to get 70 or more kills out of the 100. Then when Black Ops 4 launched, it only had a TDM score limit of 75. When you round that out to 70%, you're going to end up with 52.5 kills that are needed to complete this challenge. There's actually several reasons why I never even attempted to go for this challenge. One is that I don't really consider myself a pub stomper, and the other is that there's a lot of randomness with this challenge. With the score limit of 75, the highest I ever had was 48, which left me 5 shy of that milestone. But on February 2nd, 2019, Treyarch decided to give us a little bit of a gift that made this challenge that much easier. And I'm talking about that arms race TDM mode that is available for this week on PlayStation 4 and next week on Xbox One and PC. And when I first heard this was going to be a part of the featured playlist, I got very excited because I knew that I could get all of my streaks very quickly, especially if I play as smart as possible. And I actually had no clue that I would actually break 70 kills so easily, and I'm going to actually walk you through the process because I'm going to show you back-to-back matches where I was changing up my class setup, and obviously we were playing on different maps, so different streaks were a little bit stronger than others. So let me know down in the comments section, what is your highest amount of kills in TDM 100? And what is your goal before this mode is gone? So in the background gameplay, I went 46-3, 47-2, 49-4, then 56-4, before I finally got everything to click. And by looking at my after action report, you can see that I'm definitely boosting my score per minute as well as my KD, like I mentioned in the previous two videos. With that all being said, let's go ahead and jump into how I completed that 70 plus TDM challenge. So to make sure this was as easy as possible, I had to make sure I went to my go-to class setup that is anti-everything. I personally believe that the Rampart 17 is the best weapon in the game all around, especially if you have the right attachments on it. And if you're not a fan of that weapon and you're a fan of another weapon, go ahead and use whatever weapon that you're most comfortable with, that you feel you're going to win every single gunfight, that you feel is very strong, because that's the only way you're going to go on these longer streaks and be able to win these gunfights. So the other parts of the class setup that I think are highly important are to run the ComSec device and to make sure you're running TAC mask, as well as the specialist of choice is going to be Crash. And Crash is important for two different reasons. One is you get extra score for having the golden ammo or the assault packs. And then the other reason is to make sure that you're saving a pick 10 slot by not having to run scavenger. And for the streaks, I went ultra aggressive. I went with the drone squad, I went the strike team, as well as the attack chopper. And I know if you're watching the gameplay, it doesn't look like I'm off to a great start, but just as a heads up, those are the only 2 deaths I have in the entire match. I will not die again. So all you're going to see for the remainder of the match is tactical aggression. And why I'm calling it that is because I don't just run around aimlessly trying to get kills. I'm very tactical about how I want to get my kills, but I know I have to have a very fast pace, especially if I want to accomplish this 70 plus TDM challenge. So I push that spawn knowing that there's at least one person in that spawn. I go ahead and make sure that I'm in control of the situation. Looks like all the enemies spawn in front of me since all my teammates are kind of camping out by that bathroom side. The other thing I had to worry about is that there's actually a 0 on the other team, and if you know anything about my streaks, they are definitely hackable, and if I don't use them the right way, they can definitely be used against me. So I know I got to call these streaks in rather soon because I'm right about to get my specialist ability, as you can see right there, where I'm able to heal all my teammates. Since I know I have more kills than anyone in the lobby at this point, I know that there's no way that I could have got hacked. So it's perfect timing that I was able to call in my streaks before there's even risk of that happening. So the cool thing about firing range is they've modified the spawn so they're a lot more predictable. They made it so that they pretty much spawn in this little back bathroom area. They spawn on the opposite side of the map, and then they'll go ahead and spawn in this corner kind of where I'm standing, and the opposite side of this little hut on the right. So it's kind of all spawn on this right side of the map. So as long as I play it smart, I'm pretty much going to have an idea where all the enemies are, play off my strike team, make sure that I'm able to get these kills and prevent people from shooting down streaks, because earlier we saw that guy in the spawn with his launcher trying to shoot stuff down, probably shooting down UAVs to get his gold camo on the launcher. But at the end of the day, that's going to stop me from getting easy kills. And just a heads up about the class setup, because I'm sure I'm going to get a few comments asking what my Rampart class setup is, and it's pretty much high cal 1, high cal 2, and grip. And since people tend to ask what the camo I'm using, I'm actually using that kilothon camo that you're able to get with the GKS. So you can see how fast I was able to cycle my streaks with this particular streak setup. And since I'm in full send mode, all in, I'm just calling them in right away, not really worrying about that 0. Luckily for me, the Zero wasn't actually getting any score to actually earn their hack. So at this point, I'm just kind of reading the map. It looks like most of the enemies are in front of me. The attack chopper is putting in some work. I do have a teammate up top on this right side, kind of shooting them in spawn. So I have a feeling that the spawns are about to flip. And you can see there ends up being a guy right outside, but he ends up getting taken out by that attack chopper. I got a nice little triple with that attack chopper. I'm kind of peeking the spawn, hoping they'll just run out. See down the head glitch, then I notice a bunch of them are kind of heading up that middle section where my strike team is going. So I just fire in that general direction. I end up lucking out and actually getting one kill, and then I'm still thinking that there's someone in this general direction. I go ahead and heal up, strike team takes that guy out, and I'm still peeking this area. And you can definitely see how effective this weapon is for this type of challenge, because it puts people down very quick with an incredibly fast time to kill. And I'm already getting to that point where I'm starting to cycle streaks again. I already called in that drone squad, and I'm very close to that attack chopper and strike team. So I peek out here, laser this dude across the map, don't actually take any damage, and then I go ahead and see if there's anyone else in the area. Come up here, peek that same area, expecting someone's gonna be there, ended up lasering that guy as well. That guy was low health, so he got insta melted. So if any of you guys out there are gonna actually go for this challenge, I highly recommend this map because of how wide open it is. You're gonna be able to get a lot of those attack chopper kills. You can see I end up taking this guy out pretty easily, and then I know that there's gonna be something going on here. I have to see exactly where the spawns are, where my teammates are spawning, so I know if I need to push one way or the other. And as you can see, I got a little bit lucky with that vision pulse where I was actually able to see that guy, avoided the position so he couldn't see me. Teammate puts up the perfect sensor dart, so I know the guy's right here. Pre-fire that, and the guy gets absolutely demolished. Thinking there's a guy just sitting right here, I go ahead and decide whether or not I want to push that area, and then you can see the spawns have already flipped. Once I acknowledge that, you got to run back to the other side, and you kind of just killing people coming out of spawn. I don't necessarily call it spawn trapping because there's like 5 different ways they can go, and they just choose to run into me. I end up getting the assist on this guy, but that guy had no chance in that gunfight. He was coming out, I was already pre-firing before he even walked through that area. Absolutely demolished him. As you can see again, I've already went ahead and cycled my streaks so fast, in fact, that I'm not even able to call in that next attack chopper. So this is the point in the match where I actually feel like I have a chance to complete that challenge. And in my head, I already start thinking that I need to play a little bit aggressive, throw out the tactical part of it, and try and chase down these final kills. And as I jump across mid-map, which is something I don't typically do, you can see I make a quick peek for that middle section, then run over here, land a couple shots, really chasing into the spawn. But by the time I get there, the strike team and the attack chopper have already done everything they need to do. So the only downside of this match is it ended on like a 23 gun streak. Unfortunately, I didn't get to complete that and get all the way to 30 kills consecutively with my gun. But at the end of the day, 75-2 is pretty respectable, 37.5 KD. And that wraps up the 70 plus TDM challenge. How many of you guys are actually going to go for this challenge now that you know about it and you think it's actually possible? Please help me out by hitting the like button. If you did enjoy the video and watched up to this point, you probably enjoyed it. If you're brand new to the channel, just hit the subscribe button. It's completely free and it'll allow you to find your way back to the channel. If you want to go that extra step so you can actually get notifications every time I post a video, make sure you ring that bell right next to the subscription button. And just so you have a heads up, the content is all about Call of Duty news, in-game updates, best class setups, subscriber breakdowns, as well as other tip and trick videos on how to become a better player. And thank you to everyone that shows support for my content on a regular basis. I do appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.